get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. What we doing? What we doing? Everybody all right? Oh, yeah. That's what I wanted to do today, right? I wanted to... That's what I wanted to do. Day trading this morning. Golly. Oh, that market this morning, y'all. Tried my patience. And the 2 calls I had ended up being bangers. How we doing? How we doing? Everybody. Good to see you. Today was fun, Lindsay. What's up, Jersey? Jeffrey from Florida. I'm live now, right? Yeah. Here we go. Audio okay, guys? Y'all hear me okay? I wanted to hop on. Go over a few things. I want to look at Target especially. So there was something, let's see here. Is that it? There we go. There was something I saw. Let me get all my ducks in a row here. Anybody eat any good supper tonight? At TGT, boom, baby. There's Miss Shelley in the house. Let's see here. There we go. So there was some news I saw on Target. Was it an acquisition or something? Let's see if I can find it here for a second. Anybody eat anything good tonight? I feel you, Lindsay. Jersey had a strip. Whew. That doesn't sound too bad. Potential PE target. Target surges amidst buyout speculation. Target Corporation news history. Let's see here. What we got here, y'all? Potential acquisition target by a private equity firm leading to a stock price increase. The company is undergoing significant leadership changes with Michael Fidelki appointed as the new CEO. Despite favorable second quarter results, Target stock remains near a 6-year low, indicating a potential buying opportunity. Key words, buying opportunity, right? So when I found Target a few days ago, whenever it was I found it. Here we are on the daily time frame, y'all. Daily time frame, right? Now, what catches my eye more than anything, you all probably know if you're around me any, this bad boy right here, the RSI, when I get oversold on a big time frame. I mean, this got down to 28. That's pretty good on a big time frame. It has been down to 19 before on the last big leg. Josh played this into earnings last time. When was this? Why must this always give me issues? Okay. What was that? August. There we go. This popped. I sold these calls for a pretty decent profit back here. And then it tanked after earnings. So, I'm looking, if this news catches fire, man, we could have just picked the bottom perfectly. So, I love the setup. When I get oversold on the daily, it's the first thing I look for to retake the signal line on the RSI. Next, I'm going to come to the weekly. And I want the RSI to continue through this 40. So, between the weekly and the daily is what I'm watching. The daily is what caught my eye. All this oversold territory and a pop. Now we've regained 40. That's what I wanted. That's what I got with TTD. That's what I've got with a few of these swings like this. So, first target, there's not a lot. If we just take it from swing low to swing high, get our volume profile, we're going to come back to about right there. So, I think $92, $93 is definitely on the table. Probably these last highs up here, because there's not a lot. There's a gap right here of volume between where we closed today up to $92. That would be nice. We closed at $89.70. I think my options are up 15 to 18% or something like that. So this has been a winner already. We don't let winners turn to losers ever, right? So please, along the way and along the journey, you can take a little profit depending on how many you got. I wish I had gotten more. Obviously, that's what you always wish. 16%. So I'm up 16% on my calls. And I had bought shares also. I'm just barely up on shares, 1 or 2% or something on shares. Maybe. What did I get? Yeah, well, I'm barely up on shares. I mean, it is what it is. That's why I wanted to play options on this spaghetti. Just left work. Hey. Yeah, I can look at a few. Should have taken my TTD profit yesterday had I known today's troubles. Yeah, Lindsay, that's always easy to look back and say, hindsight's 2020. TTD was a great pop yesterday. So let me finish this before I move on to anything else. Next thing I want on the daily is to retake 50 on the RSI. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to set an alert. At 50 on the RSI. So I know when it gets there and crosses and taps it, it's going to alert me and it's going to say target is at 50 on the RSI. I will also put a alert on 40. If this RSI was to fall below 40, I will not hold this. So far it looks like we picked the bottom pretty nicely. So we've got maximum upside potential with zero downside potential if you got in this with me. Target, man, I don't know when it's been at these levels. 6-year low, I think I read. See if my chart will load. There we go. Here's the weekly chart. So this is a historic line. This is also, look at this, y'all. Historical line. When these start tapping on the same line from, look, this is 2018, y'all. 2018. 2019. Look at all these taps on this line over the years. Now look where we are. Yeah. So I guess retroactively looking, we want to take $90 back first. $90, then $92.80. You could call it 93, and then we got a shot to 97. If this catches on fire with news, I mean, we could be back over 100 fairly easy. I don't see why not, you know. No problem. Yeah, I'll take a look at bull. What's my stop loss on TTD? I'll have to look. Okay, so everybody good on target? Hope you took this with me. If you did, you got paid some today, and I'm still holding. I think I sold a couple on a pop, and then I'm holding the majority of my position. So you do you. I am not a financial advisor. I'm simply a country bumpkin that likes to trade. I'm a coal miner, guys. I'm a coal miner. I don't know what I'm doing. Have no clue. Now, let's see here. Let's put us a target or two up here. $92, $93, $92.80. The 97 area. Okay, this will be what I'm looking for in the future, right here. 2 targets above us. Use your recent lows. You could set your stops at break even right now if you took this with me, and you won't lose anything with maximum upside potential, right? All right. So that's target. Hopefully you got that with me. All right. Let's move on. TTD. Let's look at TTD here. Weekly. It's etching on up on the weekly. I want to retake 40. I want to cross the signal line. And I want, see how this MACD is flattened out here now? I would like to cross up. We've printed 2 negative bars now to the upside on TTD. We've got trouble at $51 all the way up to about really $55, $56 is the go. That is when it explodes. We get across $56, this puppy's gone. Now, let's go look at the daily. We got a pullback. We got an explosion the day before. It's going to cool off. This has not hit my major resistance up here at $52. So TTD, classic story again. This is what I like. Oversold conditions, retakes the RSI and retakes 40. Retakes the signal line and then 40. We're back within 40. We could pull back and then go on the RSI. We could pull back towards 40 and then hop and go. These are all scenarios that could play out until this blue line makes its way to the 0 line. The move is not a full blown buy signal. Okay, so that needs to happen. Until then, we could chew up a little at a time. I think we're going to get up here to $52. Now, somebody asked me what you use for a stop loss. That depends where you got in. What's up, Ambrose? Will to the fee. How long do you think it will take on target? I don't know. I mean, I got January calls, so I'll have to make a decision between now and mid-November as to what I want to, as to what's going to happen. We need to see more strength, obviously, and the story continue. So we got in on the ground floor. I mean, really, you just have to take this a day at a time, and Target now has got news going with it, so that's good. Mars, yeah, you hit the description in the video. Send me an email. I am out about 5 weeks on one-to-one sessions, so October was like just hit and miss for a while, and then it was completely full. It's a good problem. I appreciate it and love it, but I can only do so many per day, one-on-ones. There's only one of me. Okay, so here's TTD. Your stop loss on TTD, it depends on where you got in. If you got in when it was running like a banshee yesterday, see what this did. Here's a 5-minute chart. Look where we had the first pullback yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna mark the line right there. Look where we came back to today. That's a good sign. That's a healthy pullback. We need that. You got to test. You got to come back and test some support and make a higher low. Now we want to make a higher high. So next point would be, back over today's highs and Monday's highs. This is what we need to clear. So $50, 50.50. That's a pretty good level to have. That's where pre-market rejected. So we pulled back to consolidation zone right here from the previous day. I'm sure there was some profit taken off of this move. TTD from 47.20 to 50. So the 3 whole points on TTD. That's a pretty nice move in one day. Dez, are you? Yeah, if you're in the Discord, yeah. All of my So if you're not in the Discord and you're just here from YouTube, first of all, thanks for coming. Second, if you tap the description, the top link in the description, it says support me here. That is my link that supports me and gets you into the Stocks with Josh Discord. We would love to have you in there. Oh man, everybody we always gotta get a thumbs down in here, huh? Oh my god. So yes, Des, anything I post goes over, or anything I play for the community goes onto my channel inside the Discord, and you're alerted immediately. And I live day trade 3 days a week, and actually 5 days a week. Okay. Hammer, you already knew. I've been waiting on that thumbs down, man. All the keyboard warriors. I just keep waiting on somebody to actually type something that they don't like before they hit the thumbs down. They ain't even in here no more. They hit that thumbs down and closed it because they don't want to hear me talking. I love it. So they don't like winners. They don't like winning trades. Trolls, that's right. Let me go back through the comments here a second. So Des, yeah, if you're not in the Discord, come check us out. It's well worth it. You get a lot of information, a lot of live trading, a lot of education. Yeah, I appreciate it, Mars. It is a good problem to have. I am super thankful for it. You email me, I can get you set up with a November date. I do have a small group class this Saturday morning coming. I still have probably 20 emails to return, so that class might be filled up. I don't know. Let me see here. Thanks to Target, Pepsi ride like the wave up. That's right, Raise Mania. I feel you, Jeff. TTD was hardcore back when it sold off, man. I mean, that move down right there. I had took some profits because I got in like 80 something and rode it to 90 something, and then that earnings, I mean, you can't see that coming. 30-point move, almost 40-point move. You can't see that coming, man. It's just perfect manipulation. That's one reason you don't do options on earnings calls for stupid stuff like this. If you do, you just take one or two, and you're either going to have a great one or kiss it goodbye. You play with money that you don't care about is what you do with those. So yeah, TTD needs to get across 50.50. Put us back up towards 53. I would like to see it hold 48.50, but I will be using, I think I have like a $45 average or something like that. I was willing to give it these lows here at 43 is what I was willing to do. So you make up your own mind on your stop losses, okay? I still like to play. Moving on. I am not in SERV. Nope. I took my profits and notified everybody as I took my profits. And I have not found an entry yet, a re-entry. Yeah. So hopefully that helps you, Kate. We'll hit SERV. Let's go ahead and look at SERV while we're here. What filter do you use to find the oversold stocks on TradingView? I will try to. Sometimes I just get lucky, Raj, and sometimes I find them off the screener. The screener is down here, and you can go in and add technicals right here. When you add technicals, you can slide down here and throw on MACD. You can use RSI, and you can set the parameters that you want, and then it will start listing you stocks. And then there's other things to do, and I'm not great with this, but you can get in, you can filter by, you can do that and then filter by market cap, that you just want market cap over a certain amount or something, you know. So it's a very handy tool. I love it. SERV. This is the last thing I noticed about SERV. It could have been forming a head and shoulders pattern here. I don't know if my little tool will pick up on it or not. No, not yet. Nah. So this is calling for a... Okay, I see that. Let me get rid of my drawings here on SERV. A descending wedge. I think is how that had that. Right there. Down to here. It's got it on the bodies, so right through here. So if we break up out of this, that's very bullish. I can see that now. This is a great tool, guys, if you have TradingView. This is just called All Chart Patterns. You go to Indicators, type in All, and it's going to come up for you, All Chart Patterns right here. And it will automatically recognize as you change time frames. It will recognize different patterns and throw them up on the chart for you. It'll give you some targets. They don't always get hit. Sort of a guide maybe. And if you you know, sometimes it catches some really good patterns. Sometimes there are patterns within patterns. So, you know, just take it for what it is. It can help you find things, though. All right. I will turn it off and then throw my own lines up too and check it. So I like that. That could happen. Definitely could happen. Let me turn off pre-market here and the orb. Now, on SERV, the daily doesn't play like that, but the 4-hour does. So if we're doing it off the daily, it would be more like more like that. You get a lot of different wicks and stuff on the daily as to the 4-hour. So it's still pretty close. This wedge. This could still set up for, it could build another shoulder right here. This sold off hard, exactly the same previous high, I think. Look, almost to the penny. 20 cents off. Look at that. 15.30. That was the that made perfect sense. Unfortunately, it hit that. It tried it again 2 days later, got rejected, and just came on down. People took profit. You can see these. See, look at that volume bar here. Right? It tried. It tried. It's not got there yet. So under unfortunately it's held that shelf so far. You got support here. It's the bottom of that shelf. 11.25. Okay, 11.25 support. If you lose that, it's probably coming on back down. Unfortunately, I was wanting more, but this thing could just drift and start consolidating here for another move up. That would be good. It's only thing I can say is right now it is starting to lean bearish on the daily time frame. So that RSI is going to tell the news, can it stay over 50 or not? It's sitting on the line right now. If it can't hold 50, then we're probably going to lose this level and come down and check up around 1040. So that's just how it is. That's why you take profits on the way and you hold runners. So I sold half my position, I think, at 105%. That was the third rinse and repeat on this, if you've tagged along with me, okay? Lindsay, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Could it be back testing the signal line? The channel. Could it be back testing this channel? Yeah, it could be. I just don't like the fact that it has lost this support here. It's hanging on by a thread. It got to 72 on the RSI. When it has a move like that and then it gives 60 back up, it's usually going to flush down to the next support, which was in this area all through here. You can see that's where we've came to and stopped for a second. It just, we got in this down in the lows, $9s and $10, and sold at 50. So this was a monster move. Can't argue with the move we had. We're just gonna have to wait, play it by ear, and see what the next move is. Right now, 11.24, and I would call it let's see here, 11.24. Close enough. 11.20 area. And then around 10.30. Okay. Resistance. You got to get back above 12.25. I actually had 12.40 to start. Yeah, right here. 12.40. That'll tell the story. There's your three. Screenshot it, throw it on your chart, right? MACD is still technically in bullish hands, but it has crossed down and it's pointing down on the daily. So it is what it is. Got to play what it gives us, right? All right. Mara, not looked at that in a long time. Let's see here. Lindsay, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Big time. We're going to do open for Miss Lindsay and the super chat. Appreciate that. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. What we got here? Okay, Lindsay. You see this white line that I already have up here? That was the bottom of your greatest volume shelf up here, which is exactly where 1, 2, 3 candles respected. You broke it once and bounced here, and it failed to regain it. So underneath you, $7 is support. $7. I would say 9.18 is a resistance. Close enough there. Let's look at a 30-minute for a minute here. Okay. I would go short on this under 780 and run puts down to 7. See how it checks up on 7. That makes sense to me. That was like previous highs from back in here and these previous lows. So the $7 mark is going to be your nearest support line. Other than 780 is just today's lows. 780 has got tapped a couple times right here. 785 you could say. So 785. Yes, it don't look good. It does not look good, Lindsay. Even on the 1 hour, it's failing to get back above the 0 line on your MACD. And if you'll notice, you're continuing to lose RSI the whole way down through here on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's take this up a little more. Okay. Ever since this last peak on open right here. So here's a great lesson for you. Here's a great lesson for you. Let me see if it reveals it on the daily also. Okay. So those support line. Oh my God. And I just erased my RSI, guys. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Oh man. Now I gotta switch this back. This is how I run my RSI for y'all interested. 60 on the upper band, 40 on the lower band. Okay. So even on the daily, here's your peak, Lindsay. Right? This green candle here. This was the peak of the RSI. Then you get another equal move in price action here with a lower high on your RSI. This is bearish divergence on the RSI. that makes sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So, yeah, I'll go back to tomorrow, Alexander. No problem. Now, when you have a move like that and you're trying to play this, let's look at the 4 hour. It's a little more clear on the 4 hour. This is a kind of a double top here. And you'll see RSI peak out here on this move, and it peaked out at a lower point on the same equivalent price action. This is bearish divergence the whole way down through here. You tried to move up or flat in price action with less buying pressure. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look great. $7 could hold under that. I mean, and you just have to be real with yourself if you're in this long. Did you buy the top? What's your average? Did you buy because of what are these things on my chart? What in the world is that? Lux algo reverse signals completed step line. I don't have that. I don't know what that is. I must have chose it by mistake. So, yep. I would just, be real with yourself. This is leaning to the bearish side. The daily time frame. This is a Bitcoin miner, right? No, never mind. That's Mara. This is Open Door. Yeah. This had a monster move. And what happens is hype kicks in. People start buying. And this is what they do. They rug pull on you, They get retail to buy in. They run the price up. Boom, they take it away. That's what they do. So, yeah. I would just, all right, Open Door. That's how I see it, my friend. I appreciate you asking. Yeah, open. Campos will tell you. You get hyped on this stuff, and that's not what I ever want to do. I don't want to hype people into plays. I want to provide technicals for you. And if you're new here, just out of YouTube or off the public, that's not what I'm about. I don't care if you buy the play that I'm covering or not. Like, I just don't care. I'm gonna tell you what it's doing, and it is. I do see that channel there. Also, Lindsay, and unfortunately, that is an ascending channel, which is bearish. So keep your eye on it. Don't take a huge loss. Do not. Know when to cut it. Know when to cut it. All right, let's go to Mara. Somebody was asking for Mara. I've not charted Mara in a long time. This is a Bitcoin miner, correct? I've not looked at Bitcoin in a while. I ran SUI for 30% a few days ago just because I saw it moving. Okay. Now, What do we got here on Mara? Mara. Mara. This is the weekly time frame. This thing has consolidated. This is a rough one here. All right, let's go to a daily. Local lows down here, 1480, so about the $15 area support. It has broke up out of this little channel. I don't like these sideways action plays. I just don't. Straight up sideways. On the daily. It's not looking bad, my friend. You got the same highs back here also. You're over. You busted through this and came. Okay. All right. I see a little bit now. Consolidation. All through here. Broke out of it finally. Right? Now you have retested this area. 1570 becomes support here. I like that. You've also got some support here. 1665. 1664, somewhere in that neighborhood. Your resistance is going to be these previous highs here now. 1870. Up to 19 could be resistance in this neighborhood, right? You're over this now, 1750. So I would want to hold the 1750 area, 1760, 1870 current resistance. Over this could get you back up here towards, I would rather say 20. This makes sense. About $20 area right there, okay? Now, your oscillators are a bit neutral, honestly. They're not super bullish. They're not super bearish. You're over 50, but it's pointing down. I would call this neutral on both of these. We could go to a 2-day and look. It's pointing up a little bit more, and you're about to go through. You're trying to test 60 here on the 2-day time frame. Weekly time frame is slightly bullish, but remember, you are in the chop zone between 40 and 60. It can move a lot, but it's not going to break through some major resistance until you start pushing 60. So overall, neutral to me. those are your levels. That's what I would use. I'll hold them still so you can screenshot them if you'd like. That help? Thanks, Brandon, for stopping by. What else we got, guys? I got a few more minutes. NVTS. UNH. Yeah, I've not looked at UNH in a while. Let's check that out. Kevin Allman, do you think UNH has started an ascending channel on the daily? I'm having a little trouble with it, Kev. Could be close. Yeah, could be close. Yeah, not a bad eye, man. I think that could qualify you. Pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. So on the daily, I guess I would say you want this RSI to start consolidating above 60 and at least above 50 to continue up move. And if we go to the weekly, it's steadily climbing, but it struggled at 50 the last time. So here's your mark, brother. I would set myself an alert over here. This is something I'm working on also, add an alert at 50. So you can add MACD alerts. I figured this out. You can right click on the MACD, add alert on MACD, and then we want to add crossing up. How did I do that? On a weekly, through the histogram. And that will alert once it hits the 0 line in the histogram, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you can do it as an alert if it crosses up over the signal line, if it's under it, or if it crosses. I'm not sure what the MACD is, because the MACD is the blue line. I'm not sure how you would alert that. So the way I do it is through the histogram. And that's because that's the next step it needs, is to get through the 0 line. So I set an alert on that, hit create, and then if this wants to work up to the 0 line, that is the big boy buy signal. The initial buy signal on the MACD is the cross up, right? This right here, this point. And if you'll always notice, your RSI crossed up first. So when the RSI crossed up, it was on Monday, August 4th. 1 week later, Monday, or 2 weeks later. Is this 2 weeks? Yeah, in between these 2 weeks. No, August 11th. Monday, August 11th. 1 week. The MACD crosses. So RSI comes first. MACD confirms the move. This crossed, that crossed. The next point is RSI must go through 50. MACD must go through 0 line. That's your next step for UNH. Okay? All right, guys. Oh. I've got just a minute left, guys. So that's what I got on UNH. I wish I could stay longer, guys. Unfortunately, I do have a coach. So I've also heard you say RCI Jose, that's a lot for me to unpack in a live stream here. A lot of what I've covered here on RSI, I like to search for oversold conditions depending on your time frame that you look for. Okay, so that's one of the keys that I use. And when I get my cross ups over your signal lines and then we recapture 40, that's really a move that I love to use. And there's a lot to unpack in all that, but that's a simplified version of it. I will do bull and NVTS, and then I have to go. Okay, here's bull. Remove my drawings, reset the chart. Bull on the 4 hour. It's all over the place. I've liked it, but it really could just still be. It looks like it wants to come out of this, like it was trying to. I would almost put it here. You have one anomaly down here. See how the daily looks on this? So yeah, it is trying to rise up out of this channel. Or I can bring this down to here. So, it depends on how you want to look at it. Now, it's similar. It's really close to this. It's trying to rise up out of this channel. Bull is fighting to stay up. Your next move on the daily, will this back test the signal line and the 50 point? If it'll back test 50 and bounce, it could still complete the move. And I would say, 1550 resistance. Yeah, right in there. And then 1640 resistance. You got to get over that. You have a bit of a support line coming up through here like that. An ascending support line. It's got its own little channel going up. Like that. Which I don't like particularly because they usually break down, but that's how it is. It could continue up quite a ways. Now, it has to continue. That's just all there is to it. Bull was a better buy down here on the cross of the signal line, and when it held 40, that was the best buy on bull down here at the 1250 area. That's why I search these conditions. I want to search RSI off the bottom because I don't want to buy stuff at the top and hope for more run, you know. So bull's, you know, slightly neutral right here. You got to see how it plays out next. NVTS, and I got to go, guys. I'm sorry. NVTS. Let's see. It's really in a lot of consolidation up here, y'all. $550's not out of the question. The daily's pointing up, but if your RSI gives up 60, you need to watch your RSI and your signal line coming up through here in case if it comes back down through it, then this is a no-go. Your next resistance is basically right here. 730, 750 area. You could call it 740, right in this neighborhood. This is resistance. You got to get over this volume bar, which it's sitting on, and then I like it better over 750. Over 750, it gets easier to get back towards 8. Right now, you're still kind of just at the top of the zone in this volume. So, slightly bullish to me. You'll notice on your daily, the same way I was talking about just a minute ago. Look at your MACD. A little bit of bearish divergence in this. It needs to come up out of this and continue. Same with your RSI. It's each, you got a high here, a higher high on less buying pressure, and now you're taking another run of it with even lower buying pressure. So this RSI has to go, or this move is probably over here around 750. That's my take on it. All right. So unfortunately, y'all, I got somebody waiting on me. You know, I do coaching all the time. No different tonight. I appreciate everybody, and I love you. I hope I made you some money on Target and TTD. I just want to, I love the community, and I want to do my best for everybody. I had a shaky day trading today. I would say 75-80% of the time, it's pretty good days. Today wasn't one of them. It got me today. But I walked away. And, you know, that's just how it is. It was a choppy day today. Today was very choppy all the way past lunchtime. My AMD play hit after I got offline for 12-15% win, and then SPY ran late in the day. On a day like that, just a quick little lesson. On a day, check your 5-minute time frame here right quick on SPY. If my chart's going to load anytime today. Okay. Guys, this I want you to look just at pre-market high, pre-market low, opening range high, opening range low, the yellow and purple lines, right? and you can see where we spent all of our time today, right? So every time this got to the lows, it made you want to think we're going down. Every time this got to the highs, it made you want to think we're going up, right? So when you get a day like that, all you can do is, if you're good enough, you can play the range. You can play off the bottom and off the top, off the bottom and off the top, off the bottom, and then at some point, one of these will give out. This was a ranging day. When you have a ranging day and you get a 1 hour a 1 hour RSI that will not bleed under 40, it will not break your local support. It's not going to break it. This thing just drifted all day and made you think it's gonna go until all of a sudden you got to cross up on the 1 hour, and then you got to cross up on the MACD to complete the move. You got to go to a higher time frame and look, okay? Or these days will burn you. They will burn you alive, right? All right. Daphne, thank you. You're right. Nobody's 100%. Appreciate it. Thank you, Lindsay, Renee, Daryl. Thanks. I know, Ice, man. This thing was insane today. It was insane. Chop suey is what this was today. This was hard to trade. I did call NVIDIA this morning. It shook me out once. I wasn't in the right mind frame, and it ran like a banshee. Palantir had a decent run. I called it, and just didn't get them. You know, it's just how it is sometimes. So, in hindsight, you got to learn something. Sometimes you don't get a move until 2 o'clock in the day. Today was that day. This took patience to play. And it is what it is. So, just to make you feel better, I bought calls down here and got shook out halfway up. So, don't feel bad if you got burned a little bit today. All right. I love you all. You're everyone amazing, and I really do appreciate you so much. Thanks for stopping. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, hit the subscribe and the like for me. And then if you're new and you're not in the Discord, consider joining. It's in the description. If you're in the Discord, you want to support me, you can let your sub run out and then resub with my link. That's the top link. That supports me big time. I love you. Appreciate you. I will see you in the morning with Josh, okay? Peace. I'm out of here.